Hi, my name is Nayhely, and this is not one of the regular videos you're all used to. This video is intended as a cry for help from Mexico to all of our international communities. Okay, let's talk about something serious. I've been told that I give news, but I don't give the sufficient seriousness to it. And for this, I do want to speak about the tragic incident with Ayotzinapa. So let's go ahead and take a look into Mexico's actual situation. Yes, we all want our president Enrique Peña Nieto to quit, but who will come next into saving this country that is every day sinking more and more into misery? Is it going to be some candidate from PRD, from PT, from PAN, from Morena? Somebody please explain. Why do we have so many political parties, so many and so useless? Oh, that's right, because we destined so much money to it just for nothing. 50 million Mexican pesos to the already existing parties and to the new ones, just for existing. Somebody please explain those 200 multi-member deputies that we still have as political parasites, which have a monthly wage of 75,637 Mexican pesos. We the people did not choose them, but that's not it, because we also have to pay for their food, for their work trips, for their cars, for their chauffeurs, and for their bonus, which is literally a mock to the people, since it is known that in one day they have spent 7,000 Mexican pesos in business lunch. 7,000 Mexican pesos in one day, being so that us in 1 month, our basic food basket is equivalent to 7,068 Mexican pesos. I want Agustin Carstens to come, governor of the Bank of Mexico, this little chubby guy who seems to know a lot about numbers, and explain to me and to the Mexicans, because we have a hard time understanding. And how could we understand if our national academic level is of a 4th grader? And how even so can SEP and Elba Ester Gordillo come over and say that our academic achievements are in progress? For all you who may not know, Elba Ester Gordillo stole millions from Mexico's education budget. Somebody please explain, how is it that in comparison to Finland, which is a much smaller country, how can they have a higher educational level, being so that we both destine the same amount of money to our educational budgets? Somebody please explain, how is it that if we're so rich in natural resources such as natural gas, forests, beaches, mines, that we produce our own electricity and sell it to the US, why is it that we have the highest price on it? Why is it that we have one of the highest prices compared to the rest of the countries when it comes to natural gas? Somebody please explain, how did Romero the Champ's oil leader did it to have private jets, to have multimillionaire apartments, to have luxury cars for himself and his sons?
He has political immunity.
So he's untouchable? Somebody explain to me why. Or do you want the people of Mexico to go out there and look for answers? Just how we're still looking for answers after about a month and a half of the 43 students who are missing. Honestly, I think that that's what we should do. Because if not, then the legislators will just turn their heads and keep wasting money, just like our senator. But it's not only senators. We also have deputies, governors, mayors, to whom we also pay their food, their travels, their cars, as well as to our magistrators, who have been in power even longer than the previously mentioned. The average Mexican earns about 10,000 Mexican pesos a month. Out of those 10,000, 7,000 are destined to the basic food basket, leaving them with 3,000 pesos, which will go to electricity, water, gas if they have a car, or public transportation, and even then they have to pay their monthly mortgage or they have to pay rent. So how much do we have left? Now, a magistrator has a monthly wage of approximately 528,886 Mexican pesos. That is more than 500,000. That is more than what our president earns. Do they spend money on food? No, because that is something that the nation provides for them, knowingly having put in receipts for more than 500,000 Mexican pesos. They don't pay for gas nor for transportation. They have private chauffeurs for himself and his wife, and they have luxury cars that are given by ourselves, the nation. We, the Mexican people, pay for all of this. Somebody please explain, how is it that with the salary of these 2 years our president has been in power, how did he manage to buy a house worth in over 86 million Mexican pesos?
The wife.
The wife? How in the hell does an actress from soap operas earn that much money? Somebody please explain, how is it that us being a third world country, did we buy a plane for our president, a plane that is even more expensive of that of the most powerful country in the world? The price of the presidential airplane is of $750 million. Now, Air Force One, which is the presidential airplane of the United States, is $350 million, which means that we could have bought 2 Air Force One. This new presidential airplane is a rob, it's a mockery, it's cynicism to our country. Please explain, why does our very famous president need such an expensive plane? Somebody please explain, why do we have such a useless, such an out of shape and ignorant police? I dare you to come to Mexico and take a look into our guardians of order. And I pretty much bet that on a one-on-one situation with a bandit or a criminal, they wouldn't even make it 100 yards running. If they did, by any chance, that criminal would have surpassed them by a lot of distance. Somebody please explain what we see every day, the cockiness, the violation to our rights, the ignorance of this police force. Doesn't it enrage you? Doesn't your blood boil just a little bit? If a policeman tries to take your cell phone or tells you that you cannot record, then that is totally incorrect, because you do have the right of freedom of expression, liberty, and personal security. And them doing that is a violation to your personal integrity. If somebody dares speak up about these abuses from our so-called law, they incriminate you. And for that, Mexico says, ya me cansé, I am tired. Somebody explain, how is it that Murillo Karam is tired with that salary of 200,000 Mexican pesos monthly that a lot of us Mexicans wish we could have? We've gone out of the country to work our ass off, to feed our family, and even with that, we do not earn what you earn, sir. And you come here, spend an hour, and yes, let's be honest, you get the same questions from our media. But just for a second, imagine the exhaustion and the desperation of all the families whose missing kids have not been found. I doubt that our country's authorities will do anything about this. And because of this, Mexico gives a cry for help to our international communities. Please, let's speak up. I've mentioned this before. Let's just not look at the problems through the window. Let's go out there and do something for our country, for our state, for our county. Together, we can change this country. And yes, the world is watching, but we need more than bystanders. We need to take action, and we need help in doing so. Once again, we lift the flag of grief with tears that won't dry and a cry that is inaudible and that knots up in everybody's throats. We stay gritting our teeth, and we stay. We stay with a hunger for justice that slaps us over and over again. This is not of today, this is of every single day. This is not only for the 43 students who disappeared, this is for a Mexico that disappears on every blink of an eye. If not now, when? If not us, who? Mexico, you don't only hurt me, you kill me.